Good morning, dear students. Today we will be continuing the chapter of input, output, and memory devices. In the previous session, we had a discussion on the storage devices, primary memory, and secondary memory. Today's class will be a continuation to that, and we will be discussing few more storage devices in detail. Welcome back, all of you. I hope you are doing fine. So today's session is all about chapter number 2, which is a part of overview of computer, and the chapter name is input, output, and memory devices. So today's chapter is part number 10, and let us quickly have a recap of the topics what we have discussed in our earlier classes. So in the previous class we had a discussion about the memory devices, the different types of memories available, that is primary memory, secondary memory, and we also had a discussion of the classification of RAM, ROM, PROM, EPROM and EEPROMs, and also we discussed secondary memory, and briefly we had a discussion on hard disk or hard disk drive. Let us start the today's topic, that is secondary storage devices. One of the most commonly used secondary storage device is magnetic tape. So magnetic tape, if you have observed, there are some audio cassettes. Earlier they used to use audio cassettes which is used to record the songs. So magnetic tape, it is very similar to that. So magnetic tape is the recording medium which has a thin tape, and there is a magnetic material coated on that, and it is used to record the digital data. The tape itself is a strip of plastic which is coated with the magnetic recording medium. The data was recorded on that. Bits are recorded as magnetic spots on the tape along with several tracks. Usually 7 or 9 bits are recorded simultaneously to form a character together. So as you can see in the picture, you can see magnetic tape recorder, which is very similar to a audio cassette player or audio player. So these days magnetic tape recorders are not used. They are almost, the manufacturing is also almost stopped. The next memory unit is the floppy disk. As you can see, it's a thin disk which comes in various size. So floppy disk comes in 8 inches, 5.5 inches and 3.5 inches. So let us check out how the floppy disk works, or what is the difference between floppy disk and floppy disk drive. See, a floppy drive uses a thin circular disk for storing information. It is a soft magnetic disk. Floppy disk is a magnetic disk. It is a thin magnetic coated disk containing a flexible protective jacket. There is a magnetic disk, and above that there is a protective plastic like a protective case in which that magnetic disk is placed. During the read and write process, the disk rotates. The disk rotates at the speed of 360 rpm. R refers to rotations, P refers to per, and M refers to minute, rotations per minute. There is a read-write head which contacts the disk surface, and data is recorded, and it is recorded on a series of tracks, and the tracks are further divided into sectors. Floppies come in different sizes. They come in 3.5 inches and older floppy disks come in 5 and 5.25 inches, and even older used to come in 8 inches. A 3.5 floppy disk, the storage capacity is 1.44 MB. 1 MB is equal to 1024 kilobytes, and one floppy disk can store about 1.44 MB of data. Once the data is stored, floppy can be protected, write protected. There will be a button on the floppy disk, so using which you can protect the disk and you can avoid the data being erased. So floppy disks, generally they are less expensive, and also these days floppy disks are not used as their storage capacity is very less, so floppies are not used. The maximum capacity a floppy disk can store is 1.44 MB. Even if you want to store one song which is about some 5 MB, you need to have 5 floppy disks to record a 5 MB song, which is quite difficult to maintain the data as the storage capacity is less. So as you can see here, there is one 8 inches floppy, 5.25, and the latest is 3.5 inches. It is also called floppy diskettes. The next storage device is floppy disk drive. So you can see here, in the previous example we have seen floppy disk, and now we are seeing floppy disk drive. So to access the data stored in floppy disk, we require a device, and that device is floppy disk drive. Floppy disk stores the information. To access the information or to play the floppy, we need a floppy disk drive. Suppose you have a DVD and you want to play that. To play a DVD, we need to have a DVD player. So similarly, you have a floppy disk. To access the floppy disk, we require floppy disk drive. Only if floppy disk drive is available in your computer, you can access floppy. Otherwise, you will not be using floppy. These days, even floppy disks are outdated. Due to less storage capacity, these days floppy disks are not used. So next, the trend today is the optical storage devices, optical disks, CD, DVD. As a floppy disk has a capacity of 1 MB, a CD or compact disk, which is an optical disk storage device, their capacity is about 600 MB. And also the DVD's capacity is 4.6 or 16, 4.6 to 4.7 to 16 GB of data one DVD can store. The optical discs, they are the storage medium, and in optical discs the data is written using laser beams. The optical storage devices or optical discs, here the informations can easily be read or written onto it. The optical discs include CD-ROM, which stands for compact disc read only memory, CD-ROM. They have a high storage capacity. They can store about 600 to 700 MB of data on one disk. So imagine if you have one floppy, you can store 1 MB. The data which can be stored on one CD requires somewhere around 600 floppies. So that's the reason floppies are not used. Instead of that, we use CD-ROMs. So it is possible to have CD-ROMs where tracks of information can be written onto them by the user. They are called read-write CD-ROMs. As they are very, very economical, they are becoming very popular. So optical tracks. Optical track is a recording unit where the data is stored on the disk. The information stored on the CD-ROM is arranged according to certain rules, and that shape is called optical track, called light rail, and this is in spiral shape. There is a variation to the CD-ROM, that is we have CDR. CD-ROM refers to compact disk read-only memory. That means we can just read the data which is stored in the CD. So there is a variation to CD, that is CDR. CDR means compact disk recordable. You can record the data on CDR only for one time. So these are few of the disks you might have seen, CD-ROM and CDR. The capacity you can see 700 MB. One CD is capable of storing data about 700 MB. And CDR, R refers to recordable. You can record the data. Next comes the DVD. DVD refers to digital versatile disc or digital video discs. It is also a optical storage device, but it has a higher storage capacity than CD. CD can store only about 600 to 700 MB of data, whereas DVD can store 4.6 to 16 GB of data. So on one disk it is possible to store up to 16 GB of data. Basically, DVD is used to record and store the videos. Therefore, generally we call it as digital versatile disc or digital video disc. As it has the higher storage capacity, the videos can be recorded. Generally, videos will be of more memory. Therefore, we can use DVDs to store video files. So DVDs also come in different variations. So we have DVD-R, that means DVD recordable. So DVD-RW, that is you can rewritable, that means you can erase the data, you can rewrite. DVD-R only we can write the data. As you can see, the capacity, storage capacity is 4.7 GB. The maximum capacity can be some DVDs. The advanced DVDs, they come in 16 GB of size. There is some variation, that is DVD-R, DVD plus R, DVD-RW. RW refers to rewritable. Plus R refers to recordable. And also we have DVD-ROM disc. DVD-ROM is read-only memory. Next we have a new type of device called Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray disc is very similar to CD and DVD, but the storage capacity is very high. BD disc refers to Blu-ray disc and its thickness is about 1.1 mm and it is made up of a transparent protective layer. So here the storage capacity of a BD disc is 23 GB or 25 GB or 27 GB. It is also a optical storage device. The storage capacity of BD disc is more than DVD. More than DVD because DVD can store 4.7 GB to 16 GB, whereas Blu-ray disc can store about 23 to 27 GB of data. So this is about Blu-ray disc. Let us have a discussion on portable storage devices, PSD. So portable means the storage devices which are easy to move from one place to another place. So we can have, as we know that the hard disk is fixed inside the computer. These days we get a external hard disk which is a portable. You can connect to the USB and you can use it like a pen drive. A portable storage device is, it is like a small hard disk which can be used to store any kind of data. This is slightly different from a portable media player, which stores, like we have a iPod which stores the music and movies we can play. So it is a variation to that. A hard disk can store all types of information. So the storage capacity of a portable hard disk varies from 256 GB to up to 2 TB, 2 terabytes of data. So now the newer expandable using 2.5 laptop hard drives we have, so which has a unlimited storage capacity. There are some hard disks which comes with unlimited storage capacity. That means you can store n amount of data. When you are traveling, so it is easy to carry these portable devices. As you can see on the screen, we have the first one is the HDD, that is hard disk drive, which is a portable, which is external. You can connect to USB and then you can use it. Then we have a flash drive, which you generally refer as pen drive. Then you have memory cards, and then we have USB floppy disks. So let us see the most commonly used portable devices, that is a memory card or a pen drives, and then you can there is one external hard disk, which are easy and helpful when you travel a lot. When you are traveling, so it is easy to carry these devices. So now let us discuss one of the important memory that is used in a computer system, that is cache memory. As you can see, a main memory and CPU. If CPU has to run any program, it has to be in main memory. In between CPU and main memory, there is a small memory placed, and that memory is called cache memory. CACHE, that is pronounced as cache memory. Let us check out the purpose or the use of this cache memory. What is this cache memory? Cache memory, it is placed in between the CPU and the main memory. So you can see there are different levels of cache memory, level 1, level 2, level 3, which is called as L1 cache, L2 cache and L3 cache. What is this cache memory? Cache memory is placed in between the CPU and the main memory. So there are different levels of cache memory used, L1, L2, L3. L1 is placed inside the CPU, whereas L2 placed on the motherboard. So what is the job of cache memory? A cache memory, it stores the recently used data and instructions. It is the fastest and the costliest memory, and it is placed in between the CPU and the processor, which makes the execution faster. As cache memory, the speed is very high, it makes the execution faster. So last class we had a brief discussion about hard disk. So hard disk, it is stored, as you can see on the screen, there is hard drive displayed. The other one was portable, that was externally you can connect, and this is a internal hard disk which is placed inside the CPU, computer's CPU. And let us see the internal structure of the hard disk. So internal structure of the disk, you can see there are circular plate like kind of a thing, that is called platters, and this platter is divided into n number of concentric circles, and those circles are called tracks, and the tracks are further divided into sectors. So there is a head, read write head, which performs the input and output operation, and there is a spindle which spins the disk, and the required location can be obtained. You can see the read write head. Read write head performs the read write operation. The smallest unit that can be written to the disk is called a sector. Once a read-write request is asked, there is a delay involved until the required sector reaches the read-write head. This is known as rotational latency, and on an average it is one of the half period of the revolution. The storage capacity of the disk is determined by the number of tracks multiplied by number of sectors multiplied by bytes per sector into number of read-write heads. The data is stored as magnetized spots arranged in concentric circles called tracks. So, track is divided into sectors. The arrangement of tracks and sectors on a disk is known as its format. High data rates demands the disk rotation at a very high speed, that is about 80,000 rpm. rpm means rotations per minute. When I was telling about floppy disk, the rotation speed is 300 rpm. That means per minute it rotates 300 times. So, but in a hard disk, the rotation is about 80,000 rpm. 80,000 rotations per minute. A disk rotates, the read-write head move to the correct track and fetches the desired information. The storage capacity of a hard disk comes in several GBs. So this is about hard disk or the storage device. With this we conclude this chapter number 2, that is input, output and memory devices. Hope you have understood what has been taught. Kindly make a note of the things what you study, and also you attend a 10-mark question which is given along with this video. Hope you will do well. All the best. Have a great day ahead.